In today's show, making Adelaide a home away from home for interstate recruits. And the young Crow who knows Collingwood better than anyone. Hi, I'm Mark Bickley and welcome to The Crow Show, brought to you by Hungry Jack's new pulled pork and Angus grill masters. Today, players will enjoy the rare experience of playing at the G. So, what's it like on the biggest stage of all? We'll find out shortly. But first, the string of young players who have recommitted to the Crows is a measure of the confidence they, and indeed the whole club, has in the future of the team. Jake Soligo is the latest to sign a new contract, joining Rochelle, Jones, Schomburg and Michaelani. The deal ensures Jake remains a Crow for at least the next 6 years.
A little bit of float, Soligo out of the square.
So on that occasion when the ball came inside...
Super pumped to join this club for longer. As soon as they brought the deal out to me, I was super keen to get it done. So when they first gave me the contract, I sort of talked to my family and they were super happy by the way the clubs treated them and treated me, making us feel welcome. So they were just really excited for me. Well, I think it's just like the bonds that we all sort of creating on and off the field, all the connections, and I think just everyone's sort of backing in Nixie's plan and backing in the system that we'll play finals in a couple of years and hopefully win a flag.
And beats them, wins a free. Play on. Soligo. Can he go? A ripper goal.
Yeah, honestly, I had no expectations coming in. I sort of just come in and work as hard as I could and earn respect from the boys. I think my first year I did that, which was nice, and now just trying to play some consistent footy, which has been a little bit of a struggle, but just keep working on it. Honestly, I just do anything to get a game for this club. I play many roles on game day, sort of go through the mid. If we need a bit of coverage on the wing, I'll go there, and then forward as well. So, and then there's like little roles in between those sort of positions that I play. So, BB puts me anywhere and he puts me up for the challenge, and I'm always up for it. Everyone talks about that we're a young club, and it just shows that like the younger boys got to step up and start showing a bit of leadership. So, it's been really good. All the boys are up and about, and hopefully we can play finals soon, which they're heading towards.
There's no doubt fans will enjoy watching Jake get better and better in the years to come. Remarkably, Jake's second ever AFL game was on the MCG. The Crows only ever get to play there once, maybe twice a year, and for several players, today will be their first experience. So, how different is it to other grounds? One man who knows the G better than most is former Collingwood captain and now Crows assistant coach, Scott Burns.
Yeah, it is another game, but there's not too many times we get to play at the MCG either, so they're certainly looking forward to that. And we haven't played in Melbourne this year, somehow. We haven't been there at all, so this is a great opportunity for us to get there. And as we know, that when you get to the best part of the season, the finals part of the season, there's going to be games that you need to win, probably at the MCG, in order to be successful. You know, it's a fair bit wider than Adelaide Oval. The GMHBA, which is really skinny. The SCG is probably wider again, and it's squashed as an oval shape. You never get two grounds that are exactly the same. That's why it's always challenging. You get used to the ground you play at a fair bit, the dimensions, and some of these grounds are a little bit different, and teams are certainly accustomed to that.
They come away with the footy, and Cook steers it to Burns.
Yeah, I remember my first game. It was against Carlton, so it was about nearly 90,000 there. And I was a massive Stephen Kernahan fan as a kid, and he was at centre half forward. I was on a half-back flank against a couple of blokes called Bradley and Ratton, I think. So I started on Craig Bradley, and the coach came out and moved me in the first 10 or 15 minutes. It's just a massive venue when you've got the stands all around you. It's a unique ground and you get spoiled when you're a home-based Victorian team there. That's a big club, whether you're Richmond, Essendon, Collingwood, whoever it is, Carlton, because you love the 70 to 80,000 crowds there. When you get to 30 to 40,000, sometimes you're looking around going, geez, not many people here today. So they certainly get spoiled, the boys who play in the big games over there at the G.
The MCG was and still remains my favourite ground. It holds some great memories, but also has an aura and sense of history about it. Now, like many others, I'm a product of country football, and shortly we'll take a look at the grassroots game. Of course, we still can't forget how one country lad celebrated his biggest day.
All-time greats. He's not finished yet, but he started brilliantly in game 250. The big Texan wobbles that out wide, but Walker walks into it, strolls around and bangs it towards goal and kicks a typical Tex classic. From Broken Hill, that's assured. In game 250, Tex is putting on a show. Very early on here in the second. Easy as you like for Tex. Just over a quarter played, and Walker has a handful. Just got the kick away in time, and Walker, position A again. Hands like a vice. He turns. He goes. Can you believe it? He's got that look in his eye. His best ever is 7. He's got 7 now. Here's Walker for number 8. An all-time high for Tex. 8 goals. Game 250. Massive crowd. Adelaide Oval. For number 9. Nothing bigger than Texas today. Sends it long. Walker turns around. Doesn't go for it. Bumped off it. Might crumb it. Spins it around the body. The Texas 10.
He'll certainly go down as one of the club's great players, but will also be remembered for how well he managed to connect with the fans. We know Tex learned to play in Broken Hill, and for many players like him, their AFL careers owe much to country football. And over the King's birthday weekend, the focus of country footy was interleague competition. On Eyre Peninsula, that means the Bendigo Bank Mortlock Shield, when hundreds of players descend on Port Lincoln. It's one of the game's oldest trophies, and this year it went to Western Eyre, breaking a 33-year drought.
The history of Mortlock Shield was actually started back in 1936. It was an idea from a gentleman by the name of Mr. Peter Bampton, and we actually have a Peter Bampton medal for the best player of each carnival. So this is at its 87th year that it's been going.
Born and bred Lincoln lad, and grew up, my family's been heavily involved in football in Lincoln, but also Mortlock Shield's been a big part of our life. So lucky enough to play a few carnivals myself and progress through, and now to be able to coach, yeah, it's a great experience.
It's the longest running carnival in Australia of its kind. I do have a politician that tells me that I should say it's the longest carnival in the world of its kind, which it probably is.
It's a huge honour and a privilege representing representing our league and anyone that's playing representing their respective league as well. It's a great challenge for more so probably the younger blokes that come down to experience that next level. I think everyone learns a little bit more after every year that we play it.
It's so important to showcase the football on Eyre Peninsula. We've had so many footballers that go through from this level through to state level and then on to AFL.
I guess from my perspective with coaching, it's all about opportunity, and fortunately again this year we've got a number of kids in that we've got a well-balanced team that are going to get that opportunity to mix with some really great experienced guys that will hopefully see some doors open for them and go on to better things.
It's actually a very big deal, especially for Port Lincoln. The statistics are showing that it's equal to Tunarama as far as bringing people to Port Lincoln.
Thanks to the Bendigo Bank for putting on this amazing event every year. Seems to just keep going, getting stronger and stronger, and it's a great honour and privilege to be a part of it.
Okay, now it's time for Ben Keys to enjoy a coffee catch-up with a teammate, all thanks to Jack's Cafe at Hungry Jack's. Today, it's the turn of speedster Chayce Jones.
Guys, I'm very excited about this one today. I've got my locker buddy, number one at the footy club, Chayce Jones. Chayce, welcome to the show.
How are you, Keezer?
I'm going well, mate. How are you?
I'm cruising along, thank you.
Chayce, tell us a bit about your footy journey so far. Tell us where you were drafted from, how you got to the club.
Yeah, so I was drafted from Tasmania. I'm the only player on the list from Tassie, so got to represent. You know, it's a lovely footy place and love growing up playing footy there.
Whereabouts in Tasmania were you from?
Just outside of Launceston, about half an hour out of there.
Yeah, Tassie team come into the AFL in about 5 years' time, but there is another Tasmania team that Chayce gets behind, and that's in the Hungry Jacks NBL, the Tasmania Jack Jumpers. Tell us a bit about your support for the Jack Jumpers.
I love the Jack Jumpers. They bring a lot of energy to the competition and just a lot of grit, and I just love the way they go about it, so support them as much as I can.
Who's your favourite player?
Oh, it's a bit hard. Clint Steindl, I love just 3&D.
Now let's segue into the next part. What's your favourite Crows moment? Because you've been on the list for a while now, you've played a lot of footy in your young career. What's your favourite Crows moment so far?
One of my favourite wins that we've had is against Melbourne in round 10. It was a great win, the boys grit along, and Tex just cool as a cucumber, just slotted it through the middle and we were able to get the job done.
Taylor Walker, he's given this moment, and he takes it in his arms, rise around the Adelaide Oval.
Yes, I remember that. Melbourne were 10-0 that year, I think, and then we beat them. They ended up winning the premiership. That was a really big moment. Thanks very much, Chayce. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me, Keezer.
Teams are always looking for some good oil on their opponents. Well, there's one Crow who knows Collingwood from the inside. We'll hear from him shortly.
Cover himself in glory. It's coming back. And got there.
Across the wing. Dawson!
He's got a long left from 51 out. Can the captain hit a monster goal?
So 100 games up for Jordan this afternoon. What's impressed me most about his leadership is his no-fuss approach and calmness under pressure. Now, when the Crows last clashed with Collingwood at the MCG in round 2 last year, Tyler Brown played for the Magpies. Of course, at season's end, he took off for Adelaide. And with the help of Flight Centre, he can give us some of the lowdown about his former teammates. Tyler is the son of former Collingwood captain Gavin Brown.
Off the step inside the 50, 2-on-1 here. Brown needs a shepherd, angled goal, and he's got it.
Sort of just felt like it was just Dad. You know, didn't really know any different. You'd go to Collingwood games and people would be coming up to Dad, which was still felt pretty normal at the time. But yeah, probably looking back on it now, it's a bit bigger than what I thought. We got drafted at 17 and was still pretty young and skinny, and then obviously developed quite a lot over the years and was able to play a few games there, which was awesome. And then yeah, just tried to keep developing. I think as soon as I walked in, everyone welcomed me, which was awesome. And then an old teammate, Mark King, came over, which I'm now living with, which has been easy to adjust to as well. And then it's been good to see the success that I said before of the team, and just seeing the team sort of grow this year. I've been playing mainly midfield, inside mid at Sandville, but then obviously the team's going well and you need to be able to play different positions, so being able to play a bit on the wing and a little bit of half forward as well, which is important to be versatile, so just keep working in those spots.
Moving on, we all know the best way to see the Crows is at the ground, so make sure you have your seats for all the action this year with an Adelaide Crows membership. Flexible and affordable memberships start from $35 a game. And don't forget to sign up for your AFLW membership as well. That season's starting in September. Join the Crows family today at crowsmembership.com.au. Players know only too well that elite football demands total commitment, with little time for recreation. but they must turn off. So, with the help of Jones Radiology, this season we're getting a clearer picture of how some of them relax and fill in what spare time they have.
Hey guys, Jackson Haley here, and we're going to have a look at some of the things I get up to away from footy. So the first photo here is playing golf with my best mate Benji and my old man Nick. So I've taken up golf in the last probably year and a half, and I'm loving it. I play as much as I can, and there's still a couple of boys at the club, Strawny and Dorse, that teach me a few things. But I love getting out and about and being in nature and still doing something competitive and playing with some boys from the club. So it's something that I'm loving. Second photo here is a photo of me and my family and my partner and her family as well. My partner's Celine. Her family lives in Sydney. And I love catching up with them and hanging out with my family too. We always have a good time together, and I love spending time with my family away from the club. This photo is just one of me at the beach, so I love getting down to the beach. It's a bit tougher in winter when the sun's not out, but I still try and get down there as much as I can. You'll notice in the photo there's no dog, so that's something that I'm looking into at the moment, because I think that would be a lot of fun, getting down to the beach, walking the dog. But I try and spend as much time as I can there, especially in the summer. Thanks for watching, guys. That's what I like to get up to outside of footy.
Welcome back. In some years, the Crows will recruit at least 2 or 3 teenagers from interstate. They'll join a much larger group of youngsters who've already made the move. Keeping them all happy and secure in their new home and wanting to stay is the job of development manager Kelly Vennus.
The first step obviously is being over there for the draft night, which is obviously very exciting for all the family and the player. From there, the conversations turn pretty quickly into coming over and what that looks like. And that first couple of weeks in Adelaide is often with a senior player, so they get a real feel for what it looks like to be at the Adelaide Football Club. You try and get the parents over pretty soon. The player introduces their family to the wider playing group. It's funny when we did recruit Josh, and his whole family were Collingwood, and I remember on the night Grandpa had the Collingwood badge on, which was interesting, but yeah, pretty soon that turned to the Adelaide Crows badges, which was nice. Ideally, we'd love for the players to come here where they have an interest outside of football. It can be all-consuming for the boys, and I think it's just when family and friends are sort of probably taken away from them, I guess, in a way it does become all about football, and it's really good for the boys, whether it's a studying or course. If the statistics are still the same, I think the average career is 3 to 4 years, which is very short. So this is sort of career number 1, and we're just right from day 1, it's looking at what's career number 2 looking like, and what does the transition, help that transition out of football as smooth as possible.
Judging by all those recent signings, Kelly's doing a great job. Okay, now we need to go looking for our face in the crowd. Whenever you take a photo of yourself or a friend at one of our games and post it to social media, make sure you use the hashtag WeFlyAsOne. Plenty to choose from. Let's settle on you. Please email faceinthecrowd@afc.com.au with photo ID to claim your prize of 2 tickets to Toyota's exclusive Hilux Hill at Adelaide Oval. Toyota is such a valued supporter of the club, and each week on The Crow Show, they're asking you to supply your favourite footy highlight from your local match or league. This week's winner is Central District, which won a thrilling Sandful W Grand Final.
On the play, free kick to the Bulldogs. Holding on, the free kick is going the way of Caitlin Teague.
She just needs to go back and slot it as calmly as she can. Her teammates, it was really good play, they've got around her.
Caitlin Teague has kicked just 1 goal all season with less than a minute to play. A 25-metre penalty puts her into the goal square. She kicks the goal. Central are in front for the first time in the game. We've got 30 seconds to play.
Well done, doggies, on your first Sandful W flag. Remember, if you record a highlight or special moment from your local competition, simply email your entry to crowsshow@afc.com.au to be in the running to win a Crows merchandise pack. That just about wraps up today's show. Remember to keep an eye on the club's website for all the latest news and check out the social media accounts, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Thanks for your company and I look forward to joining you again next Saturday at 3:30 on 7. Bye for now. This show was brought to you by Hungry Jack's new pulled pork and Angus Grill Masters.